Welcome into the Greater Texas Ford Dealers inaugural Female Athlete of the Month. From Texarkana to El Paso, the Panhandle to San Angelo, the Permian Basin to East Texas, Waco, Wichita Falls to Lubbock, and many points in between. We celebrate the remarkable achievements of female high school athletes based on performances on and off the field and courts. From Class 6A to private schools, it's the Greater Texas Ford Dealers Female Athlete of the Month. Joining me now, the great Harlie Brabham of San Jacinto Christian Academy, all the way up in Amarillo. She's the private school winner of your Greater Texas Ford Dealers Female Athlete of the Month. Well, Harlie, a big congratulations. What did you think when you heard that you were the best in Texas?
I was just so surprised and excited that I won. I just couldn't believe it whenever I heard.
Well, you are such an exceptional student athlete there at San Jack. You've been a big reason why they've gone to the Final Four in back-to-back years. Talk about the journey and how much fun it has been for you and the girls.
Well, yes, it's been really fun and it's really been a journey. We've had a lot of injuries this year and getting to see my team overcome those and work around it. It's been really cool to watch. And I'm just so proud of my team and everything that we've accomplished these past few years.
Yeah, and I know you injured your ankle, tore ligaments, and missed more than a month and a half back in December. What were you thinking at that point to kind of overcome that? Because you were just hoping to get back onto the court.
Yeah, well, I injured my ankle a few years ago, so I've already been through that. And so I was just kind of worried about the recovery. But once I was able to start doing basketball again and everything, it was really good for me.
Well, you are a sensational post player and a rare player that actually leads her team in assist from the post position. How do you pull that off, and how much do you enjoy keeping your teammates involved?
Well, I love keeping my teammates involved, and assists have been really important to me. I like to include my team and all that stuff, and I try to get them involved as much as I can. And assist is a really important stat to me.
Well, you really fill out that basketball stat sheet. You're like Manu Ginobili. I mean, you've been at the top in every major basketball statistical category for your team: points, rebounds, assists, blocks, steals, you name it. How do you pull that off?
I just try to play the way that I can play. I just try to contribute to my team as much as I can. At the end of the day, I don't care that much about stats. I just care about how I can help my team.
Well, your game reminds me a lot of one of the greatest left-handed players that basketball's ever seen, a former, another Texan in Chris Bosh out of the Dallas-Fort Worth area who did big things in the NBA and a Hall of Famer. Do you feel like being a lefty and inside the post, that is a tremendous advantage for you?
Yes, I feel like it's an advantage because most people expect you to go right and shoot right-handed, but I'm left-handed, so it can really throw people off.
Well, I know you're an outstanding tennis player as well. And when you were a little girl, the coaches kept trying to put that racket in your right hand. How did that work out?
Oh, that was not good. I'm not right-handed, but whenever we switched to left-hand, it was pretty good.
Yeah, and then you just happen to turn into a state champion tennis player. You've won multiple state championships, and you're defending your crown in this month, in the month of April, in a couple of weeks. Talk about that and what it's like to go to tennis events and you have this tremendous target on your back because all the girls look at you and say, "That's the girl we got to beat."
Well, it can be difficult at times, but most of the time, me and Blaine Robinson, we support each other and we're always there for each other. And just having her has really helped me. And we're just such good teammates together. And I'm so proud of us and what we've done the past year.
And you won a state championship in doubles with her, with Blaine Robinson, and you guys have been a great dynamic duo. Talk about how the chemistry between the two of you guys and how you play off of each other and be so successful in multiple sports.
Yeah, we've known each other for a really long time since we were young, and we've just been able to play tennis with each other. And it's been so fun to play with her throughout these years. And the fact that we play other sports together, it's really helped too. And I feel like we just have such a good bond, and it helps our tennis especially well.
What was that moment like when you won state and you realized that you were a state champion?
I was just ecstatic. I couldn't believe it. All the things that I worked for, I felt like it finally paid off, and we were just so happy.
Well, you guys recently swept right through regionals again, and you're setting the stage to go back-to-back state champions. You haven't lost a tennis match all year. You're approaching 20-0. How do you continue that amazing consistency for such a long time?
I just try to focus on the game and the point that I'm playing right now. If I focus on, oh, I've won 15 matches, then I'll just start getting in my head and focusing on the wrong thing. So I just try to focus on what I can do right now to win the point.
You've also been teamed up with your sister Skyla, and you guys had some success winning as well there. How did you pull that off without bickering and fighting and killing each other?
Oh well, we almost did, but that was actually the first time that me and Skyla have ever played together, and it was an interesting opportunity. It was fun. She's also a great tennis player, and I was really happy that I could play with her finally.
So who's better when you go singles one-on-one against each other?
Well, it goes back and forth, but usually I'm the better one.
Well, your mom has been your lifetime basketball coach. She's also your coach there at the high school. Talk about that mother-daughter dynamic, and do you bring that home with you? Because you got the wrath of mom always on your shoulder telling you what to do better.
Yeah. In the past, we've definitely brought it home and stuff, but at the end of the day, whenever she's coaching, I just have to. We've had to learn like throughout the years, like she's the coach and I'm the player, and if I start viewing it as I'm her daughter, she's my mom, then things get a little rough. But
she
yes,
she likes
uh,
to push you a little bit, huh?
yes, she's always been someone who pushed me, and I really appreciate that she's done that.
When you make it to the Final Four, and I've seen those pictures of the two of you hugging, it probably makes you realize what an amazing experience that is to do that with your mom, right?
Yes, it's been so cool to have this journey with her as well as my teammates. It's been really cool to get to do it with her.
And what an amazing story she is. I mean, she played basketball and was a star tennis player at McMurray University. Really just started coaching as a hobby and turned into one of the most successful coaches in such a short amount of time in this state. Took a losing program to 21 wins, second round of the playoffs her first year, and now back-to-back Final Fours and nearly 30 wins a season. How has your mom been able to change the culture in that program so fast?
I mean, the main thing is that she's such a hard worker. She sacrifices so much stuff. And like constantly, whenever I'm at home, she'll be watching film, watching clinics, and just always trying to improve coaching. And she's there for us all year round. And she cares about the girls so much. And I think that the relationship from the girls to her has really helped our program. And she just pushes all of us so much. And yes, all of us are so thankful that she's there for all of us.
At what age did you start beating her on the basketball court?
Um, Probably high school or middle school. Yeah.
I'll have to check with her and make sure that the facts are straight on that. Now,
Oh, yeah.
you've been able to hit milestones this year of 1,000 points. You still got your senior year ahead of you, 500 rebounds. You had a 38-point game, nearly a quadruple double. You're all state. You were all tournament at the Final Four. I know you talk about the accolades and the stats, and you don't really care about all of them, but what are you most proud of about your basketball career?
Um, I'm probably most proud that I'm able to do multiple things and I have like multiple stats like rebounds and assists and points, and I'm able to contribute in multiple ways. That's probably what I'm most proud of.
Well, back-to-back years in the Final Four, you ran into your district mate, Lubbock Christian. They're a lot bigger than your school. I mean, they're going to be going 4A while you guys are going to drop down to 2A with a new reclassification. You only have 28 girls in your school. Is it kind of like us against the world when you take on other teams because you just don't have the numbers and yet you're so darn successful there?
Yes, we just go into everything like we're underdogs and we try to I feel like we work really hard, and for how many girls we have, we all try really hard in sports.
Well, you're 5'8" and you're a tower of power, and I know you love to play defense. How much pride do you take in that and stopping the other team?
Well, in middle school and elementary, I was a lot better at defense, and defense was what kind of came first for me. And so that's always been an important part of my game. And I really like defense because it usually leads to offense on the other end. So that's, yeah.
Well, I know when you were younger, your mom and dad coached you, with the Upward Christian League, and there was actually an instance where you were young and you were told not to play defense because when you were on the court, nobody could score.
Yeah.
What was up with that?
I don't know. It was weird back then.
You're such a great finisher. It's really fun to watch you finish shots. In this age of everybody hitting Steph Curry threes from half court, how do you perfect that and really make that your own?
Like everyone has their own style, and you just have to learn how to develop your own. And obviously, you still take advice from other people, but I've just learned how to develop my own style and do what I do best.
Well, you play at such a high level in multiple sports. Volleyball is one that comes to mind as well. You're all state there. You're all district 3 times. You've been an offensive player of the year. How do you maintain this greatness in all these different sports when you can't concentrate on one sport, which everybody is doing these days?
Well, I've been playing all the sports for a real long time, and so I've just been able to kind of separate them, and like I've been able to focus on each one, and my skills have just grown from it from playing for such a long time.
How much has volleyball helped you with your other sports?
It's helped me a lot with basketball and tennis. It's really weird because in between sports, there's a lot of similarities and a lot of differences, and so it's just cool to see them cross over.
If you had to choose one sport to play in college, which sport would that be?
It'd probably be basketball or tennis. I'm not sure yet, though.
I think that answer might change tomorrow, right?
Right.
Well, if you're not busy enough, you're also a cheerleader. I don't know how you find time for all this stuff. Like your mom, who was also a cheerleader in high school and in college. What do you like about that experience and being out there supporting your school on those Friday night high school nights?
I like cheer because you get to support your school, whereas in sports you're playing. And so it's really fun to be able to support the other teams whenever I'm cheering.
You're such a great example for little kids in that community. How much does that mean to you?
I mean, it means a lot. I try to be an example as best I can for the kids and just show them what Lady Patriot basketball and sports is like.
Well, academically, you're in the top 5 of your class. You've always been right there. You've been on the honor roll, multiple all academic teams. Does the classroom come easy to you, and why is it so important?
I feel like it doesn't come that easy to me because I'm actually dyslexic. And so I've had to work at that a lot too. And academics are really important to me just to keep my doors open, whether that's for college or wherever else it might take me.
Well, from the outside looking in, people probably think with a name like Harlie, you're named after a motorcycle, but it's actually a name that goes back 4 to 5 generations in your family. From Harlie to Harletta, you're Harlie with an IE. Your family is remarkable with all the athletes. We got national champions in there, national championship coaches, Olympians, and all that. Talk about that community and how it has really shaped your family, because I know it's such a tight-knit community.
Yes, they've all really supported me, and it's been nice because they teach me things that they learned and just different stuff that I've learned from them. And it's just so nice to have their support and all of that.
Your mom talks about how you are one kid that just hates to lose, probably more so than anyone. Where does that drive come from?
It's just competitiveness. In my family, we've always all been competitive, and so that's just led to me never wanting to lose and being competitive.
Well, Harlie, congratulations. So fun to celebrate you. A big congratulations on being the private school winner of your Greater Texas Ford Dealers Female Athlete of the Month.
Thank you so much.
Your Greater Texas Ford Dealers is so proud to recognize the hard work, dedication, perseverance, and passion of so many Texas high school female athletes who inspire us all. Here's this month's winners. And don't forget, you can see their interviews at Greater TX Ford for Greater Texas Ford Dealers. From Class 1A to 6A, plus private schools, we celebrate them all. Thanks so much for watching the Greater Texas Ford Dealers inaugural Female Athlete of the Month. See you next time.